battling in the gravel this week on RPM on the Toshiba Rally as the top loose surface drivers in the country take on the challenge of the Antrim Forests. Newly crowned Northern Ireland champion Derek McGarrity is present, as is recently elected Irish forestry champion Eugene Donnelly. Trevor Moore, a twice winner already this year, checks in, as does the man they all respect, Robbie McGurk. While others duck out in spectacular fashion. Forestry driving is a whole new ball game. Different driving techniques, different settings where the cars run high off the ground and have more suspension travel. Different tyres which give amazing grip on the gravel, and different risks. The Mid-Antrim Motor Club's Toshiba Rally is the traditional finale in the Emmy Crow Northern Ireland Stages Championship, and it has often in the past been the decider in the series. But the major prize has been decided by the time the 97 crews hit the North Antrim Forest this year, so it's a more relaxed contest between the forestry flyers, who have come from all points to show their expertise. The turbine blades slice through the mists in the beautiful and barren glens of Antrim. The tourists have long gone as the forest life slips into its winter hibernation. But today the silence will be shattered for a brief time as the Toshiba contestants take to some of the best forest territory in the land. Derek McGarrity is naturally the #1 seed.
Derek, congratulations on taking the championship. Nothing really to play for today, so you're just going to go out and have fun?
Yeah, well, I'm going to have fun, but obviously local rally to me, I'd like to win this rally.
Now, there's a man called McGurk who seems to be doing exceptionally well when he turns up. Is he going to worry you today?
Who's he? Now, of course, Robbie will go hard. Robbie's an excellent driver. We had a real good race in the Bushwhacker Rally. He'll probably do the same to me here, but I'll be trying to beat him.
Robbie, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time to interview you. You're an amazing man. You only do very few rallies, and yet you're the man to beat in the forest.
Well, I don't know about the man to beat here today. Now, there's a few other guys which have something else to say about that. But we're here to give it a go, and we've got one of Kenny's cars here, Group A in Impreza. I drove it for a short while yesterday. It seems to be working okay, but you know, it's the old story when the guys come to the Bushwhacker, my local rally. I'm the favourite down there because I'll be supposed to know the stages that bit better, but I think the cards will probably be reversed today.
Now tell me, what about this man McGurk coming up and coming out and winning?
Derek might have something to say about that. I'd say that'll be some battle to watch. Like, the two boys are excellent drivers, and I mean, they're in two good cars. To be fair, Derek made it upper hand, knowing the stages here a wee bit better than Robbie, but it'll be some battle, I would say. It'll be titanic.
The situation is not quite so cut and dried in the Emmy Crow Group N title, as Sean Devine could still snatch the title with a win and a non-finish by championship leader Willie McKee, who will be navigated by his son Graham today in his Evo 4. How do you find young talent like this?
I don't know, but we scour the countryside, and that's what we came up with, really. We had to look under a few rocks.
Seriously though, Willie, first time to ever try a championship, and a very good chance of coming home with a Group N championship today.
It's quite staggering, Tom, isn't it? I reckon we've probably got the heaviest car in the championship. With a combined crew weight of about 35 stone. Absolutely no natural talent, but amazing, isn't it?
The Matcon Impreza comes to the line with 9 familiar forest tests and a weather forecast that's not for the faint-hearted. At number 2, it's the amazing Robbie McGurk, the 9 times Bushwhacker Rally winner. But those 9 rallies are some of the very few that the Dungannon driver has ever contested. We go straight into the action with the new champion. The first loop consists of 3 stages. The Nigel McGee Parkmore, Carried Up Forklift Slievenora, and Dixon Contracts Beggs Forest Tests. The rain may have eased for the morning stages, but the surfaces are treacherous after the late October rain. The McGarrity team have made a wrong tyre choice, with mud tyres on the front and those suitable for dry gravel surfaces on the rear.
Right 30, 4 left minus, and the medium right.
As James McKee calls the notes, Derek is having quite a struggle to keep the Impreza on the road.
4 right minus, small cut maybe. 150. Go ahead.
Now we're getting into the really fast stuff. The rally can of course be won or lost on any of the forests, but Slievenora is by far the most challenging. It's the longest and easily the most daunting. We're halfway in here and approaching a 90-degree right-hander at about a ton. Now it's flat out downhill again over some very tricky jumps.
Uphill, keep going. 40, 5 left, continues to look. 30, jump left, okay. 150. 4 left plus maybe. 80.
Despite the dodgy tyre choice, Derek is very much in the frame. He's third fastest on the first pass through Slievenora and Little Beggs. And he lies just 14 seconds behind the leaders after 3 stages. But a look at his face will tell you, this hasn't been easy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And here is the leader, that amazing man McGurk. Robbie has the experienced Rory Kennedy calling the notes today, and it'll be quite an eye-opener for the man who sat with the greats like Bertie Fisher and Stephen Findlay.
Caution, tight, 5 right, and square left open. Square left open, and the square left open again. 80 over jump. Oh, you girl, you. 80 up the middle, over big jump.
Oh, you girl, you indeed. Robbie is 3 seconds up on everyone on Parkmore, and fastest again on Slievenora. And this man has never done this rally before.
Over very big jump, into jump, 40, oh yeah, girl, 1 right over jump, tightens into
There
jump.
goes that girl again. Now that's Slievenora straight. And talk about brave. Even Rory sounds decidedly apprehensive.
300 crest, 300 crest, 303 right at lay-by. Watch the 3 right at the lay-by. 300, watch it now.
We're travelling at well over 100 miles an hour here.
Pass front 150.
The car belongs to Kenny McKinstry, and Robbie's only experience of it has been a quick trip up the road to see that everything works. This is an outstanding performance by any standards, and although Robbie is inch perfect everywhere and enjoying every second of it, as Big Robbie laughs, Rory is losing his voice.
100 over bumps, stay left over big jump, 5 left.
Aboard the BioClear Toyota, the new Irish forestry champion Eugene Donnelly and his co-driver Paul Kiley are taking it a little more cautiously. Eugene has hired out the car for the Galway West International Rally the following week, so he wants to bring it home in one piece. However, second place in the ME Crew Series is up for grabs today, so he has to keep pressing on. After 3 stages, he's in 4th place.
Slight right over crest, 170 flat.
Another star. If Trevor Moore and Richard Curry hadn't missed 2 rounds of the Northern Ireland Series this year, they might well have been champions, as the Ballyclare driver has been the man to beat in the forest, with Dogleap and the Tour of the Sperrins victories already to his credit. In true Scandinavian style, the Roy Wilson Escort fishtails down to the Slievenora right-hander, scattering the barrels as he gets to within a second of McGurk's time on this long test, and then goes on to take fastest time by 2 seconds on stage 3, the Little Beggs stage. By the first service in Glenalla Forest Park, Trevor is in 2nd place, 5 seconds back from Robbie McGurk. Great things are expected from Glen Allen now that he's equipped with a WRC Escort Cosworth. But his new car will be sidelined on the first stage with a blown head gasket. You can see the smoke. And another favourite, Dominic McNeil, also leaves the competition on the first stage, but this time in much more dramatic fashion, as Chris McKay's pictures show. Unfortunately, more than a door will be required to fix the KBB Doors Escort. Former Irish forestry champion Kevin O'Kane is in 9th place. But George Robinson will join the growing list of retirements shortly. Eamon Boland is using the Toshiba event to get in some forestry practice for the Rally of Great Britain. And Stephen Whitford is in the race for second place in the Northern Ireland Championship. The ME Crow Mitsubishi Evo 6 may look like a Group N car, but the turbo restrictor's been removed, so it's running in Group A and in the top 5 after 3 stages. Climb aboard now with Mark Crow riding the notes for a mighty ride through the Nigel McGee Parkmore stage.
Long, 5 left, 3 posts on Slippy. 4 left, don't cut.
Stevie is 5th fastest and equal with Moore and Bickerstaff through the first stage. Now we move on to the carried up forklift stage where it's foggy on top of Slievenora Mountain. Whitford is 5th into service.
1 left, 3 posts, 40. Left and hairpin right, small crest, 40. Good lad, well done. All right.
Dennis Bickerstaff, the former champion, is strangely off form today and back in 8th place. Gary White doesn't really get time to get used to his new left-hand drive ex-Carlos Sainz WRC Escort as the cam belt breaks on a road section. And Richard Hall looks quick, but the Motorcare Cosworth has been cutting out on the stages. Former Southern Forestry champion Dermot Kelly has been held up by other cars on the road. But not as badly as Sean Quinn, whose rear suspension collapses on the Slievenora stage.
See, is he going right through? Let him straight out there. Just about 400 yards back, the suspension collapsed over the bad jumps just before the chicane. We decided rather than block at the stage further on, we decided just to pull out. Unfortunate, it's an early lunch.
Raymond Mason leads Group N in his Impreza, much to the frustration of Sean Devine in a similar Subaru, as he must win to have any chance of beating Willie McKee in the championship. Willie is behind Sean, but in a comfortable position to take the title in the BSS Evo 4. All he has to do today is finish and the crown will be his. Keith White is to the fore of the two-wheel drive runners, but as ever there are some Mark II Escorts lurking about, and Andy McGee certainly isn't hanging around in the JB Tires Cosworth engined example. Nor is Alistair Cochrane, who's changed from a G3 Escort to the Mark II. And Mark Barnett, who's complaining of an ECU problem in the Vauxhall engined Ford. As always, the clubmen are revelling in the conditions. Drivers like Rodney White in the Sunbeam. Sean Cleary in his Mark II, who's battling for the 8-valve Class 6 honours. Andy Hawthorne has found a way for compensating for the fact that an Astra doesn't come with a rear spoiler. And Neil McCants is about to have a very big scare on the Slievenora jumps as Gordon Dunn records. There's some gentlemanly behaviour in the Macalona Nova as he lets Barney Mitchell's Astra through on the Slievenora stage. But I'm afraid as Gordon Dunn's camera once again records, it's the end of the road for the Morrow brothers. No bones broken, but that Peugeot won't polish out.
Robbie McGurk and Rory Kennedy had the quality field at the front of the Toshiba Forestry Rally. At the Dunarif service halt after 3 stages, he has time to reflect on a pretty good morning's work in the Microcam Subaru.
It's going very well. I'm very surprised. In fact, I didn't think, the first stage we had a good steady run through it, and I didn't think we were anything exceptional, but we were 5 up and Derek on it, so we're just keeping the thing together and going as quickly as we can and being safe as we can.
And Trevor Moore is pushing at your heels now?
Trevor's pushing at my heels. I haven't actually seen any of the other times, and to be quite honest, I'm not just getting that concerned because we've got a long, long way to go yet.
Trevor Moore has the gap down to 5 seconds after the first 3 stages, and he is definitely in fighting form, with 2/3 of the rally still to go.
Stage 2 was good for you there, Trevor?
It was very good now. I only dropped 1 second to Robbie there, and we took a right back off Derek and Eugene. So I think that brings us up into 2nd.
And how was stage 3? It's a short, sharp stage?
It was. We were quickest on it. We took 2 back off Robbie there, but we're 5 behind him now, so I think that'll be hard work now to get it back. But We'll be having a go at it.
This could be the telling point of the whole event. The crews now head out into the rapidly deteriorating weather and into the longest loop of 4 stages in the rally. The KBB Doors Glenara Forest starts the loop, followed by second runs through Parkmore, the dreaded Slievenora and the short little Beg stage. Kenny McKinstry is out to watch over his care, and Robbie and Rory are in fine form in Glenara, although they dropped 2 seconds to Moore and McGarrity. The lead is now down to 3 seconds.
Open 5 left, double tightens.
In Parkmore, however, they are fastest as they guide the rent-a-car through the log piles. No room for error here.
Continues.
No dramas at the Slievenora jumps, and everything seems to be under control, but in rallying you seldom get a warning of impending problems.
Jump 150, small jump into small bump 150, 170. Crest middle.
That's it.
What is it?
Don't know.
Flat wheel now.
No, it's more than a flat wheel. I think it's a pop shaft or something.
Crest middle.
Oh, the wheel off.
And I get the okay board up.
It was good while it lasted. We were leading when we went out. We didn't crash. We just had a mechanical failure with the car, and that's rallying.
Trevor Moore and Richard Curry are now in the lead with 10 seconds in hand over the nearest pursuer. And it's getting treacherous out there. The storms have arrived with a vengeance in the Antrim Mountains. And Trevor has a big moment over the Slievenora jumps. They are now coming under severe pressure from the new Northern Ireland champion. Derek and Trevor had equal fastest time through Glenara.
Plus opens over the finish. Go ahead, 100. Go ahead.
And on Parkmore, Derek is 3 seconds faster than the Ford. He is now only 7 seconds behind.
And the 4 left plus 100. Keep her steady. Going ahead. 100. Right into turn slippy, square left.
This could be the one that decides it. Slievenora.
Get her in and power on, power on. Power on, power on.
And boy, is that Metcom car being driven hard over those treacherous jumps. That was close.
300. Go ahead, keep her up a gear.
Donnelly is now third, 13 seconds behind McGarrity, and more importantly, 16 seconds ahead of Whitford in his battle for second. It certainly impresses someone. Wow, indeed. They are flying here in Parkmore. And they post second fastest time in Slievenora, proving that the Bioclear duo are now also coming to within striking distance of the lead.
Square left here.
Eamon Boland and Francis Regan will drop a place in this loop. The Wexford driver is quick each time in Parkmore, third fastest time on each occasion, but they will lose time at the scene of an accident and a bootleg before they return to the Forest Park.
Jumping 2 right, 200.
This is the man who gains by Boland's misfortune. Wexford is magic to watch in the Mitsubishi.
60.
And what a difference it makes to a Group N car when the restrictor is removed. Could this be the cost-effective future of Irish rallying?
130. Good lad, good lad.
By the end of the day, we will be hosting top 3 times. And remember, this is the car that won the Lakeland stages outright.
Unseen, dip and jump, 200.
Richard Hall gets very untidy over the Slievenora jumps. Dennis Biggerstaff, a twice Northern Ireland champion, trails him in 7th place. But Kevin O'Kane is heading for a big spill on his second run through the longest stage. Andy McGee is now the top 2-wheel drive entrant and also inside the top 10. And Raymond Mason continues to lead the Group N brigade in the Pro Parts Subaru. But on the second run through the Slevenora stage, Willie McKee will ditch the Mitsubishi after a brake failure. Now his championship depends on Mason winning and the hard-trying Sean Devine not. Alan McGarrity is braving the elements to support his brother, but his pursuit of the leader is about to be thwarted, for the Matcon Subaru suffers a complete brake failure on the Brett Martin cabinet test. How would you like to be going this fast in a car with no brakes at all? The Belfast car trader is lucky to get the car to the finish. But as we saw throughout the Tarmac series, Derek's efforts are once again spoiled by mechanical failure.
And so we come to the class winners on the 2002 Toshiba Rally. Barney Mitchell is the Class 1 winner in his Vauxhall Astra. Jim Aiken wins Class 3 in the rear-wheel drive Fiesta. Helen Thompson behind the wheel with her brother in the notes, second in Class 4. Alan Turr wins Class 4 in his Sunbeam. The Swift Toyota driven by Niall McCants is a casualty of Class 5. As is Andrew Bush.
Downhill, par.
Don't think we're getting out of here.
So Rodney McKnight is the Class 5 winner in his Sunbeam. Jonathan McKenna takes Class 6 in his Mark II Escort. Andy McGee goes out on the very last stage while in 9th place to hand the Class 7 honours to his rear-wheel drive rivals. With the Ward brothers in 3rd place, Alistair Cochran is 2nd, and Mark Barnett takes the top Class 7 honours in the Lakeland Mark II. Alan Thompson got one over on Willie McKee by finishing the Toshiba. Sean Devine is eventually 11th overall and 3rd in Group N. Scottish winners Barry Groundwater and Jade Wiley are 2nd in Group N and 10th overall. Then it's James Murphy and Colm Mulcahy. Brendan O'Hagan and Paul Hone come home in 8th place. Raymond Mason and Peter Martin win Group N and give Willie McKee the championship. Dennis Bickerstaff and Damien McCann are 6th in the Eurocables Metro. Then it's Eamon Boland and Francis Regan, 5th in the Till Les Impreza. Stevie Whitford and Mark Crowe are a fabulous 4th, but 3rd in the series that's sponsored by the co-driver.
Turn open square.
Just watch them come through that last corner from the inside.
Open square left and 1 left, 150.
Eugene Donnelly bashes the barrels to take 2nd in the series, but he and Paul Kiley have to be content with 3rd overall this weekend. It's been a fabulous season for the Macarad driver, particularly in the Gravel Championships. He's the Southern champion and the Northern runner-up. Derek McGarrity has had a fraught season. He led in Killarney and on the Jim Clark Rally. So the Emmy Crow Northern Ireland Rally Championship is some consolation after a year of so many disappointments. But today belongs to Trevor Moore and Richard Curry, who've withstood the pressure of 2 champions and the extraordinary talent of Robbie McGurk to win the Toshiba.
Over the moon. It's basically a dream come true to win this rally. I've been trying a few years now and overjoyed.
And what's next for you?
I think I'll retire in a high.
And what a high it is for the local boy. His win today brings him up to 4th place in the championship. What if he'd done the other 2 rounds? And only 7 points separate the top 3 after a long, hard season. Willie McKee is the surprise Group N champion.